These days, parents are so busy they can hardly take out time to teach their children, and that is why home tuitions are so much in demand. Especially if you are a student or a housewife, home tuition is a good way of earning some extra money. I started as a home tutor long back, and these days I teach on various platforms. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how you should start tuitions for the first time, what are the things you should keep in mind, and how much you should charge. So bear with me. My name is Trilekha. I'm a CERTA certified ESL tutor from the University of Cambridge. I'm also a corporate communication and soft skill trainer, and you're watching my channel Lot to Learn. Although there are many who takes home tuitions, but there are only few who can make it to the long term as a stable profession. So the first thing that you should do when you decide to take home tuitions is determine the level and the subject you want to teach. I assume you want to teach grade 1 to grade 10th. Now the second thing you should do is create a comfortable learning atmosphere. This is most important. Most of the people think that they are teaching from home so they can do anything. They don't take it seriously. So you need to look for a corner where there are minimum distractions. There should be no people talking around when you teach your children, your students. Also, while teaching, do not check your mobile phone or messages again and again. Trust me, even a first grader will go back and report everything back to his or her parent, and this eventually will lead bad impression of yours. This is something that helps you to grow and to attract more students. So maintaining professionalism is absolutely important and necessary even if you're teaching from home. Don't think that I'm teaching from home so I can do just anything. You have to be professional. When parents approach you, you need to think of them as a customer. Understand their needs, what they're looking for. Some parents may want you to make their child finish their homework in tuition, while some may want you to focus on basics or handwriting. Some may look for good marks as a result. You need to understand their expectation. Set clear goals and expectation, and this way you will be able to take this game for a long term. I have seen people sending students for tuition to any place for a month, then next month they change it to somewhere else. So if you understand the parents' expectation and if you work according to it, if you try to deliver it, you will be able to keep your student for a long term. Remember, word of mouth is extremely important when it comes to home tuitions, especially if you are in a locality, if you have so many neighbors, and if you are teaching some of them, then word of mouth is extremely important. So you need to make sure when the children go out, they talk good about your teaching style. When parents meet other parent, they praise your teaching and teaching style. This is how you're going to get more students. This is how I used to get my students. I used to get a lot of students only through references. Now what if you get one student from grade 1 and one student from grade 9 or 10th? Well, initially, although I suggest you should keep two batches for 1st to 5th and 6th to 10th, so there should be two separate batches. Still, initially you may not get many students, so you can start with the two. Now what you can do is call the younger one 15 minutes early, maybe 15-20 minutes early, and then understand his study for the day. Solve his queries, explaining lessons, and then give them work. By the time your 10th grader will arrive, repeat the same process with him. You need to switch time before both of them for some time, and then gradually you will learn how to manage. You will understand their areas of weakness, areas of improvement, everything, and accordingly you can plan your lessons. One day you can plan a test for for the smaller one, younger one, and the other day you can plan test for the elder one. So this way you can manage. Now let's talk about the most important part. As a beginner, you may be confused how much you should charge, how much fee you should take from the students. Before I jump into the figures, let me tell you a few things that you should consider before you fix your fee. If you're in a metro city, then your students may be going to some big schools, so their paying capacity may be high, so they may be able to pay you high fee, and the rates in the metro cities are generally higher. Whereas if you are in some moderate kind of a city which is not very developed or underdeveloped, then the students may be able to pay a certain amount of fee. You need to check with the other tutors in your area how much they are charging. Say your student is going to average school, then their parents may not be able to afford so much of fee. Whereas if you are in rural areas, your students may not be able to pay you so much, but you will get number of students more there. So the fee amount will be less, but the number of students will be more. So eventually your income will be same. Now I'll tell you about my city. I'm in Indore, and in Indore, people take from first grade to fifth grade, they take 1200 for all subject. From 6th to ninth, they take 1500 to 2000 for all subject, and for 10th they take 2000 for science and 2000 for maths. Now make sure you also deliver the quality. When you're charging this much, it is your responsibility and your duty to give the result. Now before I end the video, the most important thing I would want to tell you, if you are starting tuition for the first time, see, you need to be highly patient, especially with the younger ones. You cannot say things like you're poor, you're duffer, you can't do anything, you don't understand anything. This is not the right way to speak to children. They go back, they tell their parent, and also, in fact, even if they don't tell their parent, as a teacher, it's your responsibility to keep their motivation high and to encourage them. So never use such language with them. If they were good, they would have never come to you for tuition classes, right? So once you give them good environment, once you encourage them, you will see good result. It will give you satisfaction as well as more students also. If you have any questions about tutoring at home or teaching online, you can ask me in the comment. I would be happy to answer you. If you are watching me for the first time, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon. Also, please share your views about this video in the comments so that I can come up with more such content in future. Thank you so much for watching me.